Miss Emerson, please. This is Stephanie Forrester calling. She has? Oh. Well, do you expect her to call you before she goes into the courtroom? Well, look, in the event that she does, please tell her that I must speak with her before the session begins. It's very important. Thank you.
What's forever for?
Jeff, you take 5. Maybe we should leave the act the way it is.
Don might not like it.
Yeah. So why don't we run that song one more time?
Let's do the third one. I have it on tape here.
When I fall in love, it will be forever.
Macy, what are we doing?
What do you mean?
That kiss. We can't pretend that it just didn't happen. I think we should talk.
Oh, that's what I love to see. Spectra's own resident genius, dreaming up another showstopper.
Actually, I was thinking about Macy.
Really? Well, I wish you and Macy might spare a thought for your employers. Otherwise, you're going to put both me and that record company out of business.
Well, I doubt very seriously Macy's thinking about me.
Well, why would you say that?
She's swamped with rehearsals, Sally. She doesn't have time for anything else.
Well, of course. I mean, the concert is a great big venture, but, Anthony, I'm sure everything will return to normal when we all get back from Rotterdam.
She invited you to the concert?
I am hoping to be the MC.
Oh, you're going to introduce them.
Well, of course, darling. I was born for the lamps. You may be content to be a little quiet mouse backstage, but not me.
Backstage? I'm not even going. Macy hasn't invited me, Sally.
Oh, well, she's got so much to think about. I'm sure it just slipped her mind.
I really don't think that Macy wants me there.
Why would you say that?
Because this is her big moment with Thorne.
Well, it may be. Business-wise, but you're still the most important man in her life, Anthony.
I wonder.
Well, don't.
This doesn't concern you?
Well, of course it concerns me. It's just that I've got so much else on my mind right now.
Why? What's going on?
Dylan is being arraigned today.
Well, why aren't you down at the courthouse?
Because Stephanie Forrester's there. And she may not be the most sensitive person in the world, but even she could put 2 and 2 together if she saw me there.
Sally, you can't keep the fact that Dylan's working for you a secret forever, you know.
I know that, Anthony. And as soon as Dylan is completely cleared of all of these ridiculous charges, I will be very happy to inform Queen Stephanie. As a matter of fact, I'm looking forward to seeing her face when she realizes that all this time Sally Spectra has been the chief benefactor and guardian angel to both Dylan and her niece, Jessica.
Standard form indictment, Dylan. Been charged with 1 count of unlawful sexual intercourse with a minor.
Okay, so what's going to happen today?
Very little, actually.
And I won't have to say anything?
No, I'll do all the talking.
And I just stand there?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Look, relax. telling you we'll be out of here in 5 minutes, all right?
Connor Davis.
Aunt Stephanie, it's almost time to start. Don't you think we should go sit down?
Yes, but I want to talk with Miss Emerson first.
All rise. This branch of the Superior Court of Los Angeles County is now in session. The Honorable Arthur Yamamoto presiding. Please be seated and come to order.
Call the first case, Mr. Clerk.
People versus Dylan Shaw.
Thorne, there is nothing to talk about.
No, wait a minute, Macy. Something just happened a moment ago.
Nothing happened. We just got carried away with the song.
And it wasn't the song, it was us. We've grown very close over the last couple of weeks. We're closer than we've been in years, and you can't deny that.
I'm not denying anything, Thorne.
So why are you so uncomfortable?
I'm just a little embarrassed, all right?
Well, there's no reason for you to be embarrassed.
No?
Our big debut is less than a week away, Macy. We're excited, we're nervous, our emotions are in overdrive. We just got a little carried away.
Right. And it won't happen again.
So there's no reason to worry about it.
Right.
We've got to stay focused. This is our big shot. And if we blow it, we may not get another one.
Right. Don't worry, I am not going to let anything interfere with our success.
Good. So let's get to work. We got 3 more songs to rehearse.
I can't.
Why not?
Well, I have a doctor's appointment.
Are you sick?
Don't worry, it's not contagious.
No. Are you sure? Are you okay?
It's nothing, really.
Okay. Well, I've got stuff I have to do at Forrester anyway, so I'll see you later.
Okay. And don't worry, I'm fine.
Okay.
Good morning, Judge Yamamoto. Connor Davis for the defendant, Dylan Shaw, also present.
Teresa Emerson, Deputy District Attorney for the people, Your Honor. This matter is before the court for arraignment and plea on Indictment 94, CR 3469.
I picked up a copy of the indictment earlier this morning from the clerk, Your Honor.
Have you and your client had a chance to go over it?
We have, Your Honor, and we waive the formal reading thereof and enter a plea of not guilty.
I'm going to keep this matter on my call. How much time do you need for pretrial motions?
1 week would be more than adequate, Your Honor.
Ms. Emerson, how much time do you want to respond?
I should alert the court and counsel that we are anxious to resolve this matter, and I will be asserting Mr. Shaw's right to a speedy trial.
Mr. Davis can pick up his discovery tomorrow morning. Then, if it is necessary for us to respond further, I'll need 2 or 3 days at the most. We'll be ready for trial at the court's pleasure.
Miss Emerson.
Will the clerk approach the bench with the calendar?
Stephanie, what are you doing?
Look, Jessica, I'm sorry, but I'm determined to stop Dylan.
What are you talking about?
Thank you. I'm going to set this up for status in 2 weeks and set a trial date at that time. Now, what about bond?
Mr. Shaw is presently free on a $25,000 bond. I move that that same bond stand.
What's the state's position on this?
We have no objection, Your Honor.
Miss Emerson, please, I have to talk to you.
What's going on here?
This is Mrs. Forrester, the victim's guardian, Your Honor.
Ms. Emerson, tell Mrs. Forrester she cannot interrupt proceedings in the courtroom.
Your Honor,
If she wants to talk to you, she'll have to wait until we're through.
Your Honor, I apologize. I realize this is unusual, but I must speak to Miss Emerson before she proceeds.
this is highly irregular.
I know, but please.
Your Honor.
Oh, wait. You have 5 minutes, Mrs. Forrester. Mr. Clerk, call the next case.
People versus Ann Johnson.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Connor, what's going on?
My client
I have
Mrs.
no
Johnson
idea.
is absent due to the injury she suffered in
But I
the
don't like it.
accident. Let the record
Not
show
at
I
all.
filed for a postponement for today's court appearance because of her hospitalization. She has decided to plead no contest to the moving violation infraction she has been charged with and is prepared to...
Chart says you're having some trouble with your throat.
Yeah, it's just been a little scratchy.
Any trouble swallowing?
Sometimes.
Okay. What about other problems? Cold symptoms? Swollen glands?
Just a little hoarseness.
Okay. Great. Dr. Webb will be with you in a minute.
Okay, thanks.
Hello, Macy.
Dr. Webb?
So what brings you in today? Trouble swallowing, scratchy throat? How long's this been going on?
A week, maybe 2.
Is it painful?
Not always. I mean, I wouldn't ordinarily be concerned, but I have a concert in about a week, and I just want to be ready.
Have you been doing a lot of singing lately?
Yeah, I've been rehearsing around the clock. Could that be the problem?
Possibly. Let's take a look.
Ah.
Yeah, I think I'm detecting a little bit of swelling in there. Open up again. Yeah.
Hope I don't have strep throat.
Well, that's a possibility, but what I'd like to do is schedule a blood test and take a couple of x-rays today if you have the time.
Oh, is that really necessary?
Could just be a bacterial infection, but I want to rule out anything serious. So it shouldn't take very long. Just take this down the hall, and the nurse will be right with you.
Okay, thanks.
What's the problem? I'm sorry, Miss Emerson. Dylan is still seeing her. Who? Jessica. She's meeting with him. What? Every day.
Are you certain about this?
Yes, I'm absolutely certain. Now, look, we've got to stop him. I mean, if we don't, then this whole proceeding is just a farce.
Hi, how you doing?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. How about you?
I hate this, Dylan. I really do.
Jessica, do you know where your aunt is?
Oh, yeah, she's talking to Miss Emerson.
I understand that, sweetheart. I'm just suggesting that you go find her. It's not a good idea for you to be seen with us.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll leave right now.
No, Jesse, wait. Tell me, do you know what your aunt's up to?
No. She's been acting strange all morning, though. She even said something about wanting to stop you once and for all.
Stop what? Have you two been seeing each other? Dylan, have you?
Yeah.
Does Stephanie know about this?
No, I don't think so.
No, I haven't told her anything, I swear.
Look, both of you, I've got to warn you, if this is what this is all about, we've got a problem.
Yeah, but they can't stop us from seeing each other. Can they, Connor? Can they?
I believe he's talked her into doing this.
Have you confronted Jessica about this?
No, of course not. Miss Emerson, she's 17 years old. I don't want to do that. I just want to stop him. I want him out of her life. And if we can't do that, then I'm really worried. I'm worried that we'll lose her, that she'll run away, that she'll give up high school. Who knows? Maybe she'll get pregnant.
All right, I know what we'll do.
Call the Shaw case.
People versus Shaw.
Are you going to be able to stop him?
I'm certainly going to try.
Oh, excuse me. I'm waiting for Dr. Webb. Do you know where he is?
Yes, he's checking on your test results.
Well, I really have to get going. Can't he just, call me at home
He'll be
tonight?
back in a minute. I'm sure he'll want to talk with you. The lab work should be ready soon.
Okay. Thanks. Taking so long.
Macy,
Dr. Webb, do you have my results?
Yes.
Well, what is it? What's wrong with me?
It's a little early to tell, so I'd like to schedule some more tests.
When?
Soon.
I can't. I've got to leave for Europe.
We found something, Macy. An irregularity on your x-ray.
What do you think of this one? Sally?
What?
I think we should do this later, okay?
I'm sorry, Anthony. It's just that I'm so worried about what's going on in that courtroom.
Well, don't worry. Dylan is in good hands. Connor is one of the best attorneys in the city.
Well, he's going to have to be the best, and I just hope that Connor can do for Dylan what he was able to do for Brooke Logan, because Stephanie Forrester is out for blood.
You're really concerned about this.
Of course I'm concerned about this. Dylan and Jessica are nice kids, and they haven't done anything wrong.
In your opinion?
Yes, in my opinion, but right or wrong, Anthony, Stephanie never should have had that boy arrested. And I am simply not going to allow her to get away with that. Dylan and Jessica are in love with each other. They belong together. And that's exactly how they're going to be, as soon as Dylan is a free man again.
Ms. Emerson, have you been able to resolve Mrs. Forrester's problem?
Mrs. Forrester has made me aware of a situation I think should be addressed in court.
File a motion and I'll be glad to hear it.
This is very important, Your Honor. I'd like to be heard now, if it please the court.
Oh?
We have information, reliable information, that the defendant and the victim, who is still a minor, are continuing to see each other, contradicting the express demands of the victim's guardian.
What do you know about this, Consul?
I can't disclose privileged information, Judge.
Is this the victim in the case?
I'm not a victim of anything.
She's the minor, Your Honor.
I noticed she was talking to the defendant during the break. Did you give her permission to do this, Mrs. Forrester?
No, Your Honor, I did not.
Have you been seeing Mr. Shaw, young lady?
Do I have to answer that?
Mr. Davis does not represent you. I direct you to answer.
But I don't want to get Dylan in trouble.
Tell him, Jesse, don't worry about me.
Yes, I have.
I don't have jurisdiction to enter an order against the young lady, Miss Emerson.
Your Honor is considering counsel's motion to allow the bond to stand for Mr. Shaw. We object to that motion and move to revoke Mr. Shaw's bond.
No, I'm not going to do that, but I am going to enter a protective order directing Mr. Shaw to refrain from all communication with Miss Forrester. Mr. Shaw, you are not to speak to her. You are not to see her. You are not even to call her. If I hear that you have, I'll revoke your bond and put you in jail while we're awaiting trial. Do you understand? Do you understand, Mr. Shaw?
Dylan.
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
And you, miss, even though I can't enter such an order against you, unless you want to see Mr. Shaw in even greater trouble than he already is, you'd be well advised not to contact him. Is that clear?
Yes.
Next case.
People versus James Smith.
Connor, this is ridiculous.
Let's just go, all right, Dylan?
No, I have to speak to Jessica before we leave.
If you want to keep yourself out of jail, keep your mouth shut.
Come on, Jessica, let's go.
Your Honor's attention to the fact that any delay in the proceedings will force my client to financial hardship as he is self-employed.
Jessica, come on. Jessica.
Every consideration for a prompt and timely court. I trust you are aware that the court adopted this bull for the following 7 days.